Hello, my name is Reid Lundeen, and I'll be doing a business video presentation on rhetorical strategies such as visual rhetoric, ethos, logos, and pathos. I'll also be discussing the importance of these strategies within business. So what exactly are rhetorical strategies? Rhetorical strategies are tools that help writers craft language to have an effect on readers. Strategies are means of persuasion, a way of using language to get readers' attention and agreement. They are words or phrases that are used to convey meaning, provoke a response from a listener or reader, and to also persuade during communication. They can be used in writing, in conversation, also if you're planning a speech. What exactly is visual rhetoric? Visual rhetoric describes how visual elements, whether static, moving, or textual, persuade an audience to feel, think, and to act. It's the art of effective communication through visual elements such as images, typography, and text. Visual rhetoric encompasses the skill of visual literacy and the ability to analyze images for their form and meaning. Why are fonts used in visual rhetoric? Font choices can affect your entire rhetorical message. Depending on what font you use for a poster, it can bring the image fun. It can make the image seem fun and energetic. On the other hand, it could also make your poster seem dark, aggressive, and somber. An example would be the sentence, "You'll always be mine." In both examples here, the content is the exact same. The difference in font very quickly communicates whether the words are meant as an endearment or a threat. The visual elements change how we interpret the same text. It also presents two different tones for the sentence. In this example, the top text, you can see the font, it's a cursive. It seems a bit gentle, naive, if you will. It also presents a sense of comfort from the reader. On the contrary, the font below, personally, it felt aggressive, a little bit dark, and it seems a little more aggressive, I would say. The three main types of rhetoric used for the means of persuasion would be ethos, logos, and pathos. Ethos is the appeals to the reader's trust by confirming credibility. Logos is the appeal to reason by displaying facts, figures, and case studies. Lastly, pathos appeals to the. By definition, ethos is the character or emotions of a speaker or a writer that are expressed in the attempt to persuade an audience. Ethos in your speech or writing comes from sounding fair, demonstrating your expertise, education, pedigree, or credentials. An example of ethos would be, as a doctor, I am qualified to tell you that this course of treatment will likely generate the best results. This rhetoric causes the audience to become comforted or assured by the speaker by establishing his credibility. This is very useful when the audience is evaluating a piece of writing. The reader must know if the writer is qualified to comment on this issue. Here we have logos. The definition of logos is the appeal to logic. This is connected to reason and rationality. Logos, if you will, is the brainy and intellectual, cool, calm, collected, and objective side of the persuasion. When an argument relies on logos, it means that he or she is using logic to carefully structure his sentences and the objective evidence to appeal to the audience. An example would be if there is a robbery and a lawyer is trying to convict the accused criminal for such acts. Quote, "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we have not only the fingerprints, the lack of an alibi, a clear motive, and an expressed desire to commit the robbery, but we also have video of the suspect breaking in." End quote. This case could not be more open and shut because the lawyer provides logical information relative to the case to back up his claims. More than likely, this case was closed after his statement because his reasoning was perfectly. Lastly, we have pathos. Pathos is through the means of persuasion that appeals to the emotions of an audience. This type of rhetorical strategy is one of the most important and impactful when delivered correctly. Pathos is important because emotions are motivators, so the audience is more likely to be persuaded and act on your intended requests, whether they are discussed vocally or not. Pathos is more than likely to increase the chances of your audience understanding your point of view.
Army. To join it, you give homage.
I give homage to Scotland. And if this is your army, why does it go?
We didn't come here to fight for them.
Oh, the English are too many.
Sons of Scotland, I am William Wallace.
William Wallace is 7 feet tall.
Yes, I've heard. Kills men by the hundred. And if he were here, he'd consume the English with fireballs from his eyes and bolts of lightning from his arse. I am William Wallace. And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men. And free men you are. What will you do without freedom? Will you fight?
Against that? No. We will run.
And we will live. Aye. Fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
Now, why was this speech so successful in persuading the group? Mel Gibson's character, William Wallace in the movie Braveheart, was so successful in persuading his group to step into battle with him because he utilized the 3 main points of rhetorical persuasion. He established a sense of emotion and empathy from the group, stating, "They are fighting as free men, and free men you are." He then capitalized on the emotion that was drawn out and started harping on the logical side of the debate, talking about the families and the soldiers they were fighting for to protect their future. He then ended his debate with a description of the rewards of the battle, the fruits of their labor, which would include peace and freedom if they were to succeed. Why are these rhetorical strategies so useful in business? The use of rhetorical strategies are important in business because whether writing an article, new speech, or performing a business presentation, you can utilize these strategies to help move people closer to your point of view. In business, the power to influence others through assertive communication is essential once you know what course to take. Now remember, it's always important to show respect and be courteous when in business arguments. If respectful and healthy discourse is produced, eventually an agreement can be met on both sides that they both can appreciate. Thank you.